Howdy folks, it's Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are 3/4 of the way done with this Sea into the Desert bush trip in Australia in our frenemy, the DA62. One leg per video. I assume you've seen 1 through 3, but otherwise if you haven't, welcome. Here's leg 4. Let's get going. Okie dokie, let's come down here and repair and refuel and come over here and get some lights turned on, because every time we start a leg, the sun is starting from rise. Come on, pitot heat, there we go. And turn that off. Windows already on. We'll get the timer for reference. We did not do this consecutively from the first leg, so we don't have GPS, so we will use autopilot with heading bug, so we can sightsee. Let's zoom this out a little bit. Can you tell we've done this before? We've done this a few times, right? Alright, let's see where we're going. 22-minute trip. We're going to Yankee Mike Romeo. That was supposed to be a tongue roll that I screwed up. And Echo. Yet again, no reference image for our destination. Whatever. That is a problem, though. Let's see here. What are we doing? We're taking off from Lyndhurst, Leigh Creek. Leigh. My sister's name is Leigh, and it's spelled like that, which I never even thought of for the past 30 years, but there you go. So I say Leigh. It might be Leigh. I don't know. From Leigh Creek Airport, head to the north-northwest, roughly following the Outback Highway to the small outpost of Lyndhurst, located at the intersection of two very notable Outback tracks, the Sturzeki and Oonadada. Not sure how to say that, but hopefully that's close enough. 340 degrees. 340 degrees. 340 degrees will be this way. There we go. 7 minutes or so. 6.5. No point to collapsing that, because every time it redoes itself. So that's a bug. And this missing is a bug. That's a big problem. It really is. Yeah, 6.5 minutes it is. Okay, so we're ready to go there. And we're going to set, let's see. I want to stay really low if we can. Let's do 2,500 feet. Well, we're already 800 feet up. Let's do 2,500 feet, 2,700 feet. And if we have to go up higher, we will. I just want to be really close to the ground for this one for some reason. I just want to. Flight director on now, so follows the heading bug. And we'll go vertical speed, 800 feet per minute. Up. There we go. I think we have plenty of runway. They're starting us in the middle. We are trying a new seating position. It worked last time. Okay. Hopefully it works just as well. This time I do feel like we're kind of high, but I am 6'4", and this is what it will look like for me. So let's take off. Parking brake on or off? I don't know. Depends. It was on. No, it was off. There we go. Okay. The personal volume is really low. Here we go. Man, this is hard to see out of this airplane. And I'm having really hard. Everything is so sensitive. We haven't talked about that in a long time, but it is true that the flight sim controls are way more sensitive, especially pedals, than real life. Brakes to stop the wheels, gear coming up. And we'll fly this way for just a moment. We'll hand fly for a second. Flaps coming in. Looking out the window because we can. Looking good. Let's start our turn now. In fact, we can probably engage autopilot in the middle of a turn, which is not a good idea. Look at that, so smooth you can even tell. Sweet. Let's start the timer now. 6.5 minutes or so. Ooh. Are we going to clear that train? Yeah, we're good. Let's hop outside because we can. Co-pilot is telling us stuff we already know. Sun is coming up. Have we seen Outback Highway yet? It must be that highway there, maybe? No. Is it over there? No. It's all right there. See off the nose? Right there. Look off the nose. That must be it right there. Yep. Alright, cool. Let's hop inside for some immersion experience here. Keep an eye on everything. Do you think 2,700 feet will be enough? Yes, it will be. Alright, we're talking about the controls, right? So if you've watched people fly real planes on YouTube or in real life, they are fighting the controls all the time, especially in landing. And pedals are stiff. In a flight simulator, What is that weird noise? Is that my CPU fan? Anyway, if you're looking at Flight Simulator, though, everything is so sensitive, especially pedals. Even if you make them as insensitive or unsensitive as possible, it's still really sensitive all the time. And I just noticed that just now with the pedals, and I noticed with the controls the other day when I was trying to land, you know, nose bobbing up and down, you know, barely touching everything. So anyway, just pointing that out because we haven't talked about that in a really long time. All right, we've reached our cruise altitude. We have to keep an eye on speed though, because we are so low that we might overspeed. So let's keep an eye on that for a moment. And then we're looking for 2 outback tracks. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for them, but we're just gonna have to go by time because I really don't know. Anyway, I will turn into sightseeing in a moment. I just want to make sure that our altitude isn't going to make us go too fast. We are nosing down now at 2,700 feet, and our speed will climb. We got to be careful. The predictive speed is only a little bit more. Okay, I will keep an eye on that myself. I'm going to turn you to some sightseeing, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Well, we should be pretty close given our speed, and I don't really see too notable tracks. In fact, we lost the highway altogether. So, unless that's it there, maybe this is it here where all this comes together. No, that's just water. I don't know. I lost it. See, the highway went over there. So maybe it's over there. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's here. Who knows? Anyway, let's get back inside and let's do the next thing, which is 339, which is not even any different. So, highway to Farina Station, which today is uninhabited, but once had a population of roughly 600. So we're going to find this place, I think. Well, that didn't look like much. The only thing that shows up on Google Maps is a campground. It doesn't even show buildings or anything. So somewhere around here there's a campground that we're not going to be able to make out in the simulator. But anyway, okay, there we go. What is next? Next, let's restart the timer actually, or else we're going to get behind. Next, we're going to go 356 degrees, which is only a little bit this way. And we're going to Orker Cliffs. Orker Cliffs, Orcher, named for their beautiful orcherous or yellow and orange coloring. So 5.5 minutes, we're going to go to some cliffs, and then we're going to look for the airport, which should show up any minute here. Since it's not on here yet, it's probably a really teeny tiny one, huh? Because see, oh boy, I'm just thinking without a reference image, it could get pretty tricky. Alright, let's look for some cliffs in a couple minutes. I will get you some sightseeing here, and let's keep going on our penultimate leg of this bush trip. Alright, finally we go 302 degrees towards the airport, which is quite a ways to the left here, considering. So there we go. 302, no reference image at all. Following a desert riverbed and land at an airport. But we don't know what it looks like. 5.5 minutes out, so we don't see it yet on here. Oh, maybe that's it right there. So we don't see it yet, but maybe we will now. And then hopefully that's orientation runway. It should be, yeah, perfect. So we'll go this way and then have a nice final to the right when we get there. So I don't even need this timer anymore. It just gets in the way and looks annoying. So let's get rid of that. And make sure that's what we're looking for. Romeo Echo and Romeo Echo it is. Okay, so there's an airport out there. Maybe we should come down a little bit then. Why don't we? Because we can? I've never tried coming down in this. Let's do vertical speed unless it goes down. Does it work like this? If we go like this, bring back throttle to an overspeed. Will it stop us at 1500? It should, right? Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on the speed and the altitude, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, airport's coming up fast, so that's all you get. I don't see it out there yet, though. Let's use this view a second. Yeah, I don't see it out there. So let's just look around a second and enjoy the Outback Desert. I guess Outback Desert would be redundant, huh? The Australian Outback. Let's just say it that way. We started at the sea, and now we're going to the desert. That's why it's called the sea into the desert. Bush trip, right? I don't see an airport. Let me get comfortable in my chair. My microphone's in the totally wrong spot now. That's okay. Alright, looks like it's actually over there more. I don't know. Let's actually hand fly it in now. It is going to stop us at 1500 the way it's supposed to. That's good to know. But too late. We're going to hand fly. Let's go towards it a little bit. And we'll keep our speed about where it is. And then we'll come down in a moment. Enjoy some more views. Even though we've learned many times over, sightseeing for even a fraction of a second can really throw us off, right? So we got to be really careful. I still don't see the airport. I see airplanes, but I can't make out the runway, but I make out the parking. Let's just slow down so we can buy ourselves some time. Let's keep this altitude, though. I think. Yeah, I can't make out the runway yet. Maybe because it's off screen. Okay, that's probably it right there. So let's do gear down. It's just like they're parking really far away from the runway. Oh no, that's the town, I bet, of Marree Station or Marree something. Whatever they called it. Yeah, Marree. Yeah, that's the town on the left, and then the airport's over here. Okay, I get it now. Trim this thing way back. There we go. I was going to say my seat position looks messed up. That should be okay for a set of flaps. It is really difficult to judge altitude when everything is flat like this. No references, no peripheral vision because it's a simulator, and no PAPI or anything. It just makes it so difficult to judge. And then this airplane isn't one of my favorites anyway. So yeah, but we're doing okay. It's really difficult. Alright, full flaps now. Keep an eye on that speed. I think we're good. We ended up a little too high in the previous leg, but we were way too low in the legs before that. So I think this one is actually okay. I wish it gave us airport elevation when it told us airport, because then that would help us, because there's no way this is at sea level. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't know. So I don't know how high we are above the ground. We're going to aim for the turnaround area. And then if we have to, we'll let ground effects soften the blow a little bit. Oh, they're not supposed to rely on ground effects. It's part of the process. But you're not supposed to rely on it. It's like you're not supposed to rely on flaps to slow you down, but it works. Alrighty, here we go. We're not quite over the threshold yet. As soon as we get to the threshold, we'll kill throttle, which is now. We'll coast down, round out a little bit. Ground effects, perfect. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my. Nose wheel down gently, step on the brakes, flaps coming in so it doesn't lift us up. And it should be good. Where's my save icon? There it is. Alright, we've completed the penultimate leg of the Sea to Desert Bush trip. Like, subscribe so you can join me for the final leg, and I'll see you then.